Welcome to the Featured Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Jack.
And I'm Rick.
And today we are going to be talking about Rooster Fighter, which was a recommendation from Major Montana. Thank you for the recommendation, Major Montana. If you want to hear one of the shows that I've been watching and some more about Tsukimichi and Moonlight Fantasy manga, feel free to go to patreon.com/featured anime podcast. $1 a month to get you access to the bonus content, plus 2 bonus episodes every single month. Watch or walk and between the panels. And now on to the meat and potatoes. If you ever wondered, and I mean this with entire sincerity, if you have ever wondered what would happen if a backyard rooster suddenly channeled the spirit of a hardened water drink samurai, Rooster Fighter definitely hands down is your go-to for this. It gives you a seat directly into the madness of this. The story drops us into modern Japan, under siege from these massive mutant demons, towering monstrosities born straight out of human trauma and emotional distress, leveling entire cities whenever they go on a rampage. Enter Keiji, a very stoic, fiercely proud rooster who wanders from town to town to obliterate these giants with nothing but razor sharp spurs. His battle cry, which is totally not a ripoff of the Kamehameha from Dragon Ball Z.
No, it's not just that. It's with his quads and his pecs.
His spurs, which are his feet, the spurs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And among other things, obviously battle cry is powerful enough to split the sky. He carries himself like a classic lone samurai, but underneath that hardened exterior is a deeply personal mission. He's hunting down the demon known only as the White Demon, the one responsible for killing his sister. And along the way, he reluctantly picks up a small crew of fellow chicken fighting fighters, turning what could have been a one joke premise into a story that somehow honestly earns its straight-faced, genuinely impressive monster brawls.
Yeah. All right, so here's my. I'm gonna give you my 2-episode review. Granted, I watched more than 2 episodes, but my first 2 episodes, bro. What am I watching? What are you forcing me to watch? Episode 1, episode 2. Oh dear Lord, I hope it doesn't stop.
Yeah. I started watching it and I immediately was busting up laughing immediately within the first minute because it's absolutely amazing. Yeah. My wife was sitting there watching it too, or saw parts of it, and she goes, with how ridiculous this is, and it's usually these type of shows are not her cup of tea. Usually she does not go for the sending demographic action stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no, honestly, this is ridiculous enough to where I'd even check this out. I'd even watch this.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And I almost wanted the catchphrase for this podcast, not the podcast, but this episode to be, "It's not my way."
Yeah.
Because everything's not his way. It's not my way to leave a woman, to leave a maiden crying.
It's not my way to stay.
Come back.
It's not my way to stay. It's not my way to this. It's not my way to that. It's like, that curls my crown.
Yeah, curls my
crown. All right, so question for you. Honestly, we watch a lot of shows, a lot of anime. There's a lot of kaiju style stories that are out there, right? Yep. How does putting a rooster at the center of a kaiju story change the entire tone for the genre of it?
If you were going for 100% seriousness, it would make this. It wouldn't. If you had a serious bone in your body when in the director seat or in the planning, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It only works as a parody in the same way that One Punch Man works.
Mm-hmm.
One Punch Man, I love. It's awesome because it flips the narrative, it flips the story. Here, they don't. But at the same time, it's so ridiculous and so tropey, but in the extremes that you can't help but love it. Like my wife doesn't watch stuff like this, but I'm gonna ask her politely, of course, to watch the first 2 episodes. Usually I give 3, but in this one, I'm just gonna ask for the first 2.
Yeah.
She really only is the first one.
Yeah.
Because that's out of pocket.
Yeah, and
that is hilarious. Like
it is truly out of pocket. It is completely ridiculous because basically it starts off with KG, our main rooster, getting some at the very beginning. And then he's like, it's not my way to stay, babe. I got to go. And he leaves, eats a stink bug, and he's drinking water. And then a girl turns around, a little girl sees him and is like, do you want some fried chicken? And it's like, wait, what? What? And then at the end of the episode, the guy's like, I need me a mate. He comes back and he sees the girl that was just upset about him leaving, banging another rooster.
Yeah. Not just another one, a bigger.
Yes.
More aggressive one.
Yes.
Loudly. And then you just see him in the best, like, silhouetted, non-moving single picture. Just, I gotta go.
Yeah,
I'm on the way to the next.
I absolutely love that they turned that into an entire still frame silhouette too. Him just like still frame turn away, and then you just see the roosters in the background, like the dude.
Going at it.
Oh my god! And that's the thing, right? Because normally for a kaiju story, it's like, oh, you have a lot of battles and everything like that. This dude half the time is trying to get some, and even during a couple of battles, he is getting some. He's like straight up for one of the characters. He's like, oh, what's up, baby? Just like in the middle of the fight, just starts trying to go at it. It's like, bro, what the hell is going on? What am I seeing here?
The best part about that is she is legitimately pissed at him because they used to be a thing, and then he pulled the whole. It's not my way to stay.
It's not even that. It's like, it's a one night stand. What do you want? She's like, in her mind, and in her mind, she's like, we had this really long time and blossoming relationship and everything like that. And it's like, yeah, we were together maybe 3 hours. I'm sorry, deuces. Bye. It's not my way. I got to go on a journey.
I'm not used to being tied down to a consensual one night stand. Why are you trying to kill me? Oh yeah, and if it wasn't ridiculous enough, somehow, some way, these roosters, these chickens, are able to communicate telepathically with each other.
Oh no. So it's not
beings.
They're not communicating with each other telepathically. I wanna straighten that out right away. We're hearing them talk with each other, but they're just talking with each other in chicken. So anyone that's listening in hears them just talking chicken. And the only reason why someone can understand the girl chicken is because she uses the smartphone.
Has a smartphone.
Now, what further helps solidify this is when she runs into basically her owner, human friend, whatever, and the butler goes, my goodness, sir, your chickenese is really good.
Oh, good Lord, yeah.
It's like they're sitting there talking to each other, going bark, 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 and it's like, chickenese is really good, sir, right on point. It's like that's how they're able to understand each other. It's like there's nothing else going on. They're just talking to each other. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
You have ridiculousness like that, but you have fight scenes that would rival Dragon Ball Z in animation style.
Oh yeah.
In intensity. And you have certain aspects of the show where you feel pseudo rage, and what I mean by that is like you're like, yeah, I can understand why this guy would get pissed off specifically for that, and then you have this bird power up, and they get bloodshot in the eyes because he wants to get something.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh, something's going on. Something's happening. And you're just Randy. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to fight my animal instincts.
Well, it's not even
Oh,
that.
if I kill this thing, I can get some.
Yeah, it's not even that he's trying to fight his animal instincts. It's that once a year style thing where he just goes,
It's go
it's
time.
go time. And the thing is he also has his power move, which is in every sense of the word. It's a play on Dragon Ball's Kamehameha, except he goes koke ko ko ko, or also known as
The way that it was, just super blast.
Yep.
The way that it was explained, I thought was interesting. They're like, have you ever heard of resonance?
Yes.
And all they're doing is a super resonance where the frequency of the cockle-doodle-doo is resonating and reverberating inside the head until it explodes and deteriorates. And I'm like, if that was the case, it wouldn't be a focused beam, it'd be a radar blast.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is.
Yeah. Basically it is the Japanese version of cockle-doodle-doo is what he's saying. That's what the whole attack is. It's Japan's version of cockle-doodle-doo. And I do like the explanation they gave in terms of the resonance for it and how it's an actual attack. However, him screaming at you is the attack. I get it. It's not just that he's doing that to attack people. He does that for a lot of the other things that he wants to do as well.
Yep.
But it also doesn't exactly pan out the way that you think it does or should. And for those, I don't understand. I don't understand it. And the best example that I can give is when he goes to the town and he fights the guy who's obsessed with money. Normally he when he does it, and it's even done in the last episode, right? It doesn't matter where it is, it doesn't matter anything else. If he uses his cockle-doodle-doo on something, it does damage, it destroys it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter what it is. He can destroy it. Except when he was using it against the one guy and the kid, and he goes, and he was actively upset because he didn't get his rewards, so to speak, to do it. So he was trying to kill the guy for basically ruining his moment, in a matter of speaking.
Trying to get his aggression out. Yeah.
And it didn't kill the guy. And he goes, oh, well, it doesn't work if you're truly bad, or blah, 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 blah. It's like, but that's, I mean, inanimate objects aren't bad either. So, I mean, I don't know. I just felt like that kind of explanation portion of it, that little snippet of it was a little wonky. And it felt really out of character too.
The character was so all over the place. I see what you're talking about, but at the same time, because everything was so jarring and so all over, there was no normal.
Well, it's not even just that. Like he actively went out of his way or didn't try to attack any humans or anything like that, or he would actually save people and everything else. And for him to be, for them to write it in such a way that made it so that way he's like, it doesn't matter who you are. He just honestly will. I get it. He's a rooster, and that's probably why they wrote it in there like that. But at the same time, if you have a rooster that is going around doing this, and you have a certain level of sentience and a certain level of pick your flavor, I just felt, it was like, that part just didn't jive with me. It just felt kind of out of place. Like, okay, it doesn't actually work 100% of the time. But why is he continually doing it? And there's this kid there too, and he's trying to use it against the kid too at the exact same time.
No, the kid was pure of heart, which is why he wasn't damaged, protecting his father,
who was also apparently now pure of heart.
Yep.
Okay. Plot.
Pure heart by proxy.
Pure heart by proxy. I got you. Okay. So with the whole.
Okay. So I was gonna say one of the things I thought was really honest, too funny. Not just funny, but too funny. Come to find out that they also enlist the trope of family lineage being a thing that is paramount. And the reason why our rooster has abilities is because he comes from a long line of animals, roosters, that can and have the bloodline to damage demons and these kaiju things, and they all have a certain ability in them. And you cut to two random roosters talking to one another, we assume, and they're hunting demons. And one of them gets caught, and the other one gets hurt and runs away, searching for the hero chicken that has been all over YouTube or VTube, whichever one you want to call it for that. And the chicken that they're going for is super famous because somebody screen recorded it and is now monetizing their fights. So it's common knowledge that this chicken is a catastrophe level threat. If you piss it off, your car's gone, essentially, because this chicken is buildings out of the way.
Yeah.
Your vehicle has no safeties. So this other rooster shows up. So I finally found you, step brother or elder brother, and then that's the end of the show. And you're like, and end of the episode. You're like, okay, interesting cliffhanger to leave it on. The next episode, you see their backstory, and the dad is just as much of a hound dog as he is. And his younger brother seems a little too innocent for any of that. He wants to be. He's super horny, just like all the others, but he just can't seal the deal. And
well, it's not that he's like that. It's he just gets easily flustered by other people, even if they're lightly joking with him. And for him, he's very, very innocent, but also at the exact same time, I would say it goes first, say naive. And the brother's name is Kyosuke, if I remember correctly.
Kyosuke.
Which honestly, I mean, I love the fact that they definitely made all the roosters look different, right? They gave them unique traits. They didn't all look exactly the same, and some of them had bigger crowns than others, and some of them had, I mean, because rooster, I mean, like they have a very wide variety of roosters that are out there. So I'm glad.
Yes, they do.
I'm glad that they had fun in terms of it, but at the exact same time, also I love I didn't like, but I found it funny, the hypocrisy for Keiji versus his father. Like, first of all, you don't even know why the father left, like at all. If the father has the same kind of MO that Keiji has, Keiji is pissed off because what his father did, but he's technically doing the exact same thing that his father did.
Yeah.
But I
on the weekly,
on the daily. Sometimes it's like, like, hey, what's going on?
You a lover? You a fighter? How about both?
Right. So yeah, that's, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, in terms of how the show is, in terms of how the story pans out, it does have a very solid, it has a very cohesive story. It has a story that you can actually follow. It has some of the best writing for a story that you can find when it comes to fighting anime. Far better than a lot of other anime where there are whole premises you being able to follow the story. Cough, cough, glass lip, cough, cough.
Yeah, but well, I was gonna say, on top of that, I'd even go so far as to say that this show, it's satire, but it does such a good job. It might not. I don't know if I would consider it completely satire, because it doesn't. You don't get lost in the power scaling at first. Whereas with Dragon Ball Z, you do. With One Punch Man, it's meant to be just out there. With other shows, you have a character who gets strong and then falls off, and then gets strong again and falls off for no reason whatsoever,
right?
Just so that you have opponents that are strong. Here, you understand he's a big fish in a small pond, and he's moved ponds, and now he's like, okay, these people were already over. They just didn't bother my section because my section was always moving. That's why we never got encountered. That's why, yada yada. There was reasons. You don't have a super mega powerful entity over there just ignoring you and waiting for you to get stronger. Here you have someone you have a big bad who's actively gathering strength and does not get stronger to make the story better. They're already strong. You just didn't know about them.
Yeah.
And then when the brothers introduced, you learn. But what I found really, really funny, I loved this. I love this trope, but they did it in such a way that it works. The two brothers fight, and the younger brother goes, "Wow, I was unaware he was so weak. I came seeking his aid."
Yeah,
but there's nothing he can do.
Well, yeah, but it's not in the sense that he's looking at him in a sense that, oh, he's trash or less than me, because that's not how the story is written, and that's not how it goes. But also at the exact same time, they do a decent job of explaining it and explaining why without actually explaining why.
Yeah, they showed you, they didn't tell you.
Exactly. So that's one of the kind of the positive points. Another positive point for the show is that they definitely do a great job in explaining everything to you. They are able to make it so that way you're able to follow the story, understand what's going on, and it gives you a decent laugh too as you're watching it. And they, for sure, in my opinion, left enough nuggets in there, left enough in there for it to have a lot more material for them to come back for a second season, should they do a second season, because you have some unresolved questions, some unresolved like introductions or plot points that were touched on, introduced, and then left. And and I didn't feel greatly gypped. I feel gypped because I would like to know more, but at the exact same time, given the fact that it's a 12 episode show and those extra plot points weren't the focal point of the show, and they did help bring those questions about. They did like broach the topic. Hey, don't you think this is weird? It's been a couple of months. Don't you think this is weird? And they're like, yeah, no, totally. I think that's weird too. I wonder what's going on. I'm glad they broached the topic. I'm glad that they also at the exact same time made it so that way anytime a person's emotions or anything like that, basically a demon comes into existence, it's not an all or nothing. It's not an end all be all. And sometimes, like, even afterwards, they're even given, after they're brought into life, it's like, oh, well, dang, never mind then. I guess I wasn't needed for this. What, like, I guess I don't. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, this sucks. And so they go on their own journey, or some of them that do, like, and I understand why those ones are like that, but at the exact same time, sometimes it's like, I wish I understood a little bit more about why some of them don't go along that path, right? But at the exact same time, I guess I can understand it's them finally gaining the power or the ability to do what they didn't have the power or ability to do before.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it just goes to show that the writing was very good, because usually we would be like, well, this is a plot hole, this is a plot hole, this is something we skipped on. Whereas in this particular instance, we're like, it was tactfully done. I'd like to know more. I feel gypped that I don't know more. Not that, well, they skipped out that whole thing, I'll never get an answer. No, it entices you. I'm hopeful for a season 2. Yes. And this is what a show is supposed to do. It's not supposed to leave gaping questions where you're like, well, now the series is kind of lopsided, whereas now it's like, oh, that's a new trajectory I'd like to explore. I'm hopeful for another season, because this would be a good Easter egg to look back on and be like, oh, we went that way. I'm going to use a similar to the Brawley movie, where he turned green rather than yellow, and it sparked a whole discussion of avenues for the Super Saiyan power levels, where you have the True Saiyan that's supposed to be green, and you have the Anger that's yellow, which is what they did. It was a whole thing back before it got debunked, but it created conversation just like this is doing now.
So I got a question for you. Because for me, I felt the mix between 2D and 3D animation. I felt it was tastefully done. It wasn't done horribly bad, like what we've seen for a lot of the other shows that are out there. Black Summoner, for one such example, the animation from 2D to 3D just really was bad. This one, I feel like the mix really honestly was done well, and it was done tastefully well, where it didn't feel like it was out of place. It felt like, because I feel the best way I can explain it is the absurdity of the show gave the leeway for the absurdity of the animation versus 3D.
Absolutely, yes. Okay. Yeah, you are 100% accurate with that.
Yeah,
I'd also
go ahead.
I'd also like to point out that this is a brand new show, 2026. Yes. So I'd like to think that the technology to incorporate things in a manner that would make the most sense is blossoming.
I'm seeing some shows where the 3D animation, even today, but today's standard, is still hit or miss. So,
to be fair, I've seen some shows that Code Lyoko did a better job.
Yeah. So, all right. I don't have too much more I can honestly talk about. How about you, sir?
I mean, not without spoiling too much. And again, this is one of the shows. Yeah, it has some issues, but they're so minor that unless you're actively looking for problems, you won't notice them.
So with that said, on a scale of 10, sir, how would you rate this?
This is a solid 9. It would be a 10 if not for the minor things we noticed. But yeah, for what it is, flawless. Loved every second of it. I will be watching this again. This is it's not something I really want to watch in public because I have to explain some stuff in certain areas. But beyond that, it is chef's kiss. I look forward. I'm hopefully looking forward to a season 2.
All right.
And what about you?
I'm also going to give it a 9. It's ridiculous enough to make it enjoyable and fun. It definitely is not for everyone. So that is one thing I will say. This is certainly not for everyone across the board. I like how they handled the kaiju battles. I liked how they handled the story and helped explain and showed rather than just try to explain and just horribly let it flounder. So it's an entertaining show, and it serves its purpose. It's so yeah, it's entertaining to say the least. Next week we're going to be starting on our journey through the Irregular at Magic High School, starting with season 1, and we'll start making our way through the material that's out there. So if you feel like we did too much justice, not enough justice, or anything like that, or you want to come hang out with us, watch us on stream or support us, all our links and everything's available to you on featuredanimepodcast.com. We also have a store there. Patreon.com/featuredanimepodcast is a great way to support us as well. Feel free to go there and get yourself access to some bonus content every single month and every single week. And until next time, I'm Jack.
I'm Rick, and we'll see you next time.